Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here. I want to welcome you to a meeting of the Mayor and the Council of Princeton, New Jersey. Today is March 10th, 2025, and we're going to start our meeting. Thank you for everybody being here. Madam Clerk, could we have the meeting statement, please?
Adequate notice of this meeting was provided in accordance with the requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act, including the time, date, and location of the meeting. In addition, the agenda and all related materials were posted electronically and made available to the public on Princeton's meeting portal in advance of the meeting.
Thank you. Leticia is going to do the land acknowledgement this evening.
Thank you. We gather today on the land of the Lenni Lenape. As members of the Princeton community, we aspire to show appreciation, respect, and concern for all peoples and our environment. We honor the Lenape and other indigenous caretakers of these lands and waters, the elders who were here before, the indigenous today, and the generations to come.
Thank you. Could we have roll call, please?
Mr. McDonald?
Here.
Ms. Perron-Lambros?
Here.
Mr. Cohen?
Here.
Ms. Sachs?
Here.
Ms. Fraga?
Here.
Mr. Newland?
Here.
Mayor Frida?
Here.
You have quorum.
Thank you very much. If you're able and you wish to stand, could you join us in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we're starting the meeting off with swearing in of some of our fire department members. So, Mr. Phillips, I believe you are first. Adam. Anything else? Okay, right hand goes on the Bible. Okay, and you're going to repeat after me. I, David Phillips,
I, David Phillips,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in the state
and in the state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties
all the duties
of the office of firefighter
of the office of firefighter
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Our fire official / deputy chief, Frank Diamore, is next. The next contestant. Come on up. How are you?
Thank you. I'm well. How are you?
Good, good. All right, you're going to, you know the good deal. Repeat after me.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I, Frank Diamore,
I, Frank Diamore,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same,
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in the state
and in the state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties of the office of fire official
all the duties of the office of fire official
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Chief? How are you? Good. Good to see you. All right. Ready?
Yes, sir.
I, Adam Cooker,
I, Adam Cooker,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in the state
and in the state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties of the office of fire chief
all the duties of the office of fire chief
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Good evening. Next is the service awards for our firemen. It's significantly less than last year because we had to make up post-COVID, but it's my honor to present the awards for Princeton Hook and Ladder. Okay, first of all, Jim Simon. Okay, Jim's is for 20 years of service. No? Okay.
Wait, did you get that picture? Jim, get back over here. Everybody, as you come up, we're going to get a picture.
Craig needs the picture.
Okay, next award is for special to me person, that's my son Michael. He can't make it tonight, he got stuck at work, so I'm going to accept it for him. Sorry? How many years for Michael? Oh, I'm sorry, 20 years. Mark Sytek here? No, he's not here. He's not here. Okay. So Mark Sytek is receiving an award for 5 years of service. You're going to do that?
Yep.
Okay. And I think I have a proclamation for Jimmy.
Yep, we'll do that one last.
Okay. Next is a special proclamation. We had a firefighter who passed away late last year, but was a member for 55 years. So we have a proclamation. Office of the Mayor, Municipality of Princeton. Whereas, with the arrival of European immigrants to the area, resulting in a settlement called Princetown in 1675 and later becoming known as Princeton in 1724. And whereas, with growth comes homes, businesses, school buildings, and the associated property with Such and along with comes the potential for loss of life and property due to fire. And whereas with the necessity for both the protection of life and liberty, the start of a fire department became a priority. And whereas, stemming from a small group of townsfolk, Princeton University professors and students, a volunteer Princeton Fire Department was started in 1788. Whereas, with all volunteer organizations, it takes a special breed of person to make a commitment to serve their community. And whereas, Jimmy Bird, Sr., being such an individual, decided to contribute to the good of the town by joining Princeton Hook and Ladder Company in 1969, following in the footsteps of his father. And Jimmy was especially proud that his son and granddaughter also serve in the fire service. For many years, Jimmy faithfully served as head driver of Engine 621. And thanks to his many years of experience with the water company, Jimmy was an expert in the town's water supply, offering advice to ensure adequate water supply at major fires. And whereas Firefighter Bird continued to demonstrate his dedication by achieving the milestone of 55 years as a member of Princeton Hook and Ladder in 2024. And now, therefore, I, Mark Frieda, by the virtue and authority vested in me as mayor of the municipality of Princeton, on behalf of the entire governing body, do hereby deem it an honor to extend a heartfelt thank you to James Bird Sr. and his family on behalf of the Princeton community. Sandy, Jimmy, somebody, yeah. Okay, the award is going to be received by his wife Sandy and his son Jimmy. Oh, do we want a picture?
Picture.
Come on. Okay. And the last one you're going to get.
The final award from Princeton Hook and Ladder is a gentleman who's given a lot to this community over his many, many years of service. Specifically in this instance, since 1974, he's been a member of the fire department here in town and is still an active riding member to this day, still rides shifts and still drives trucks. And this is a 50 years of service award for Mark Frieda.
All right, my name is Bill Shields. I'm president of Engine Company Number 1 and the past chief at Princeton Fire Department. So we're doing our awards tonight. And just remind everybody, September 11th, the 9/11 Memorial, folks, don't forget to be there. Just a reminder, mark your calendar. All right. Thank you, Mr. Newland. For 5 years of service, I don't think I really need this. Nope. 5 years of service for Princeton Engine Company Number 1, Bob Swisher.
Hey, Willie. Mr. Shields, Willie, grab it for a sec. Even though you don't need the microphone in the room, the people that aren't in the room on Zoom can't hear what you're saying.
Thank you. I'll
Thank you.
make sure this doesn't happen again. All right. All right, again, from Princeton Energy Company number 1. This is a very close one to me. It's my son, Patrick Shields, for 15 years. So, Pat. Hurry up for now. I just want to add one more piece, one more information piece right there. My son is a member, my brother's a member, my father was a member, I'm a member, and my uncle was a member of the Princeton Fire Department. So it goes a long way. And around, if you look around this room, there are quite a few people also have generations being demonstrated here, folks. So, but it's not just family; we're all family. All right, once again, for Princeton Energy Company number 1, that started in 1794. We're number 2 in the town. 20 years, the Paul Stonga. All right, there you go. Come on, step in there. There we go. All right, thank you. This one here. All right, just to let everybody know again, this is a family operation somewhat. This is to Tom Stonga for 40 years. Tom, brother of Paul. I'll let you hand it so we get him in.
Thank you.
Coming up, right here, Tom.
I'm coming,
We
I'm
need-
coming.
All right. Chief, step on in there. All right, yes, sir. All right.
Good evening. I'm Anthony Santoro, President Mercer Engine Company number 3. And we'll get right to it. There it is. First up is Lieta Khan, 20 years of service. Congratulations. Next is David Stewart, 40 years. Congratulations.
And that concludes our awards and the fire department portion of the ceremony. Thank you all for attending. Have a great evening.
All right, we're going to try to regain control of the room. So everybody that's in the back, if you could shut the doors, that way the folks out in the lobby can chit-chat all they want, and it won't bother us too much. Thank you, Lance. Thanks, Nick. Okay, we have a couple proclamations we're going to do. The first proclamation is honoring Catherine Corwin on the occasion of her retirement. Hey, and her son Adam is actually in the back room working all our technology. Adam, if you want to escape from the back room for a couple minutes, you could do that, but not for too long. And
Ready?
Leticia,
Yes.
as the liaison to the Health Department, to the Board of Health, will read the proclamation.
Yes, it's my honor. And as the mayor said, a proclamation honoring Catherine Corwin on the occasion of her retirement. Whereas the municipality of Princeton is proud to recognize Catherine Corwin, public health nurse in the health department, for her dedication to public service on the occasion of her retirement. And whereas Kathy began her career with the municipality of Princeton in May of 2006 in the role of public health nurse in the health department, and whereas Kathy has played a pivotal role in the health department, becoming nurse supervisor and managing several high-profile public health incidents, including the COVID-19 pandemic, and whereas Kathy is one of the few public health nurses also serving as New Jersey licensed lead inspector, risk assessor, further demonstrating her broad expertise and versatility in the public health field, and whereas Kathy is not only a dedicated professional, but also a source of inspiration to her peers, frequently providing guidance to fellow public health nurses across the state on topics ranging from emergency preparedness, communicable disease investigation, and health education. And whereas Kathy's retirement from the municipality of Princeton will be effective April 1st, 2025, and whereas Kathy has dedicated 19 years to serving the municipality of Princeton and 36 years serving as a public health nurse, and whereas Kathy has served the community of Princeton with pride, and upon the occasion of her retirement is deserving of recognition and the highest commendation. Now therefore, be it resolved, I, Leticia Fraga, on behalf of Mayor Mark Frieda, Mayor of Princeton, and the Council of Princeton, County of Mercer, State of New Jersey, extend the municipality's humble expression of appreciation and sincere congratulations to Catherine Corwin. We offer our best wishes for a long, happy, and healthy retirement.
And I'm turning away from the most important people in town, which is the residents. So I just wanted to say that this last 5 years of working full-time for the Princeton Health Department and for Jeff and our whole crew has been the happiest I've been in my nursing career. The people of Princeton are lovely. They're very lucky. They have wonderful services and people who really care to take care of them. So I was happy to be one of those. And I'll probably come back and help out if I can. But I just want to say thanks so much for having just a great town that I've really enjoyed. And we might make a little noise because we got little ones.
There you go. Thank you. Yeah, you can go. You don't have to. Yeah. Next up, we have a Community Recognition Award and a proclamation honoring Thomas Alfred Parker. So I'll start the proclamation, or do you want to, Leighton, do you want to say some words first?
Thank you for the opportunity to speak before the proclamation, Mark. I just want to acknowledge everyone in the audience, everyone watching virtually. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming out to celebrate Tommy Alfred Parker, acknowledge the family, whether you're here because he played ball with you, coached you, you know him politically, you know him through community engagement, you're just a member of the neighborhood, no matter how you got here, why you're here, and how you know Tommy. We just want to thank you from the bottom of the mayor and council's hearts for coming out here to show love to the Parker family and for Tommy Parker. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. Thanks, Mayor.
Thanks, Leighton. We're all going to read different parts of the proclamation, so let me start. A proclamation honoring Thomas Alfred Parker. Whereas Thomas A. Parker, a native son of Princeton, New Jersey, was born on March 19, 1952, to Ruth and Edgar Parker, and raised at 27 Lee Avenue alongside his older sister, Sally Ann, and younger brother, Lawrence.
Whereas from his earliest days at Mr. Robert Sinkler's Sinky's playground, where neighborhood youth spent summers in lively competition, Tommy Parker biked to Grover Park and Harrison Street to play in summer softball games, fostering his passion for baseball and teamwork. And Brian?
Whereas his dedication to youth athletics continued through his participation in Little League Baseball, playing for the Giants in the YMCA League, the Elks Club in the PBA League, Matthews Construction in the YMCA Junior League, and C2C in the Princeton Softball League, where he distinguished himself as both a leader and competitor. And whereas as co-founder, general manager, and coach of the American Legion Post 218 baseball team for 32 years, as well as a longtime youth baseball and football coach, Tommy Parker dedicated himself to mentoring young athletes, ensuring that the next generations of young men had guidance, encouragement, and opportunities to succeed both on and off the field. And
whereas in 2004, recognizing the importance of mentorship and community support, Tommy, along with Larry Spruill and others, launched Committed Princetonians, a program dedicated to mentoring neighborhood youth to enhance self-awareness, self-esteem, and academic development, and reinforcing his lifelong commitment to the well-being of Princeton's next generation. And
whereas Tommy Parker has been actively involved in politics for over 40 years, demonstrating leadership and commitment to workers' rights and civic engagement, and as president of Princeton University's largest local union, SEIU Local 175, he organized, lobbied, and played a key role in numerous political campaigns, advocating for labor rights and fair representation. And
Whereas his leadership at the helm of the Municipality of Princeton's Civil Rights Commission, where he served championing and advocating for greater awareness and understanding of what fairness, access, and equity look like in Princeton, along with advocating for both seniors and youth through his work on the Human Services Commission, and
whereas he served as chairman of the Princeton Democratic Municipal Committee from June 2020 to January 2022, navigating the challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic, adapting to new voting procedures, and contributing to democratic victories. And whereas during his tenure as president of the Princeton Community Democratic Organization from January 22nd to January 2023, he was a driving force in voting rights activism, grassroots get-out-the-vote efforts, and coordinating campaigns at the local, county, and state levels. And
whereas Tommy's wife, Joanne Parker, has been the steadfast wind beneath his wings, embodying the very same principles of community building, advocacy, and resilience that define the Parker family legacy. And
whereas during 2 severe strokes and the devastating loss of his oldest son, Tume, Tommy's indomitable spirit remains a beacon of resilience, perseverance, and love for his community. And whereas, as a lifelong friend and council member, I recognize and honor the legacy of my dear friend Thomas A. Parker, whose decades of unwavering commitment to Princeton mirror the ideals of another great Princetonian, Paul Robeson, in advocacy, representation, and leadership. And whereas Tommy and Joanne are blessed with their children, Tahira, Camilla, Jahara, Tariq, and 7 grandchildren, who continue to carry forward the strength and values instilled in them by their parents and grandparents. And
whereas the Parker family is beloved in Princeton for their unwavering dedication to the welfare of others, their family strength and resilience, their fierce advocacy, and their relentless fight for the least among us, embodying the very essence of community, justice, and family values. And
now therefore be it proclaimed, I, Mark Frieda, Mayor of the Municipality of Princeton and the Council of Princeton, County of Mercer, State of New Jersey, hereby proclaim Wednesday, March 19th, 2025, Tommy Parker's birthday as Tommy Parker Day in Princeton, New Jersey, in recognition of his extraordinary contributions to our town, his leadership, his resilience, and his unwavering love for our community. Thank you.
sorry for everybody that had my back to you, but thank you for this award and this recognizing my father and our family for being a part of this Princeton community. But as I said back in the springtime, thank you for giving us a community to be a part of and to serve. So to the council, thank you. To the people I see, Mr. Frieda, good to see you again. And to Leighton, Uncle Leighton, that is the true representation of being your brother's keeper, and I appreciate that deeply. So thank you everybody for coming, and appreciate it.
Thank you. And look, everybody that was here for Tommy, first of all, thank you for doing that, for being here. But secondly, don't feel you need to sit in the chairs any longer than you want to. Feel free to exit. You don't have to stay for the rest of the meeting.
I want to say thanks to everyone for coming, and thanks for everyone who helped us put the proclamation together. Get home safe.
Shirley. I didn't even know anything about it until the afternoon. Until Mark told me. I didn't know anything about it. Plus, I couldn't come in right
It's all right. We got you covered. Leticia and I were on the same wavelength. Okay, we'll move on with the meeting. Next up are announcements and reports. Any members of council have announcements or reports that they need to make this evening? All right, no governing body announcements or reports. Why don't we go to the police department, monthly report for January.
Thank you, Mayor and Council, for having me. I'm here to present the 2025 January Princeton Police Chief's Report. I'd like to highlight just a couple things here. Sergeant Navis from our department's Safe Neighborhood Unit in the month of January partnered with the Greater Mercer Transportation Management Association to bring a fun and educational bicycle safety session both to the Riverside Elementary School and Johnson Park Elementary School. I'd like to add a few more things. We recently had 6 recruits start the police academy a couple weeks ago. They're all doing well. And at the end of last week, we opened our recruitment for future vacancies in the police department. Be happy to answer any questions, Mayor and Council.
Thank you, Lieutenant. Any questions on the comments the Lieutenant made or on the report itself? Okay, seeing none. Wow, that was easy. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, next up, we have 10 sets of minutes. Any, Leticia? Move them all. Leticia's moving all 10. And is there a second? Thank you, Brian. Any questions or comments on any of the minutes? All right, seeing none. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
I abstained from the last minutes.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Because I wasn't-
Michelle's abstaining from the February 20.
Yeah, I
From the
wasn't, I
February
didn't
24th.
attend. Thanks.
Okay. All right, next up, public comments for items not on the agenda. So we'll start with people in the room. If there's anybody in the room that wants to comment on something not on the agenda, you just come up to the podium in the center, you
I
say your
think
name and...
it's on the agenda.
I'm sorry?
It's in resolutions, yeah.
Okay, yeah, you'll get a chance to, okay. Hendricks, I'm sorry, did you want to?
Yes, please.
Hendricks, I think you know the drill. You state your name and address, and are you all right there? Can somebody?
Something here? Oh, this
there you
is
go.
the podium. How convenient. Oh, and there's the microphone. How even more convenient. Yes, Hendricks Davis, 232 John Street. I am coming to you today as a member of the board of the Mercer County Community College Foundation. Question: how many of you have ever been to Mercer County Community College? Say yes if you have.
Yes.
Yes.
That's a pretty good number. That's wonderful. Well, you know, and for those of you who don't know, Mercer, our community college is a wonderful, wonderful resource for not only youth, not only high school students that are graduating and going to college, but for the entire community. There's so many programs and offerings that Mercer County Community College provides for us. And I know that many families here in Princeton have had the opportunity to send a child to Mercer County Community College to participate in sports programs and many other things. It's a great, great, great institution. As a member of the board of the foundation, my responsibility is to go out and talk to the community members where I live and encourage them to support this great institution. To wit, on April 3rd of this year, we will have our annual Spring into Student Success event at Jasna Polania between 6 and 9 p.m. It's a great event, and I really hope that many of you, especially members of the council and the mayor, will support this endeavor. We raise significant funds annually that go into our foundation resources to support students, not only with tuition, but with wraparound needs that students might have. As you know, many students don't have all the resources that they need, even for tuition, sometimes even to get a bus pass to come there. There are two campuses. There's one in Trenton, the James Carney campus, and one in West Windsor. But it's a great opportunity for all of you to support us. I have some information here about the event that I'm going to leave with each of the council members, but I'll stay for the duration of the council meeting so that any member of the audience can come up to me and find out more information about it, and perhaps take one of the forms in which you can sign up. I got involved with Mercer County Community College because I did some fundraising for them as requested by one Jim Floyd Sr. many years ago, about 15 years ago. He requested that I help him and the college, he was on the board then, with a fundraising event to endow a scholarship, which is the James and Fannie Floyd Scholarship. We did a great job, and we still can do more. Over the course of the 3 events, 2 of which I chaired, we raised over $100,000. When they asked me 13 years later to come onto the board, I said, I will certainly do that, with the proviso that at least some of my efforts could be used to increasing the corpus of the James and Fannie Floyd endowed scholarship. So $100,000, we have $900,000 more to go. That's my goal. Will you help me? Please come and see me.
Hendricks, thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else in the room with comments for items not on the agenda? Again, just state your name and address and watch the timer.
Hello, my name's Mary Sodargis, and I am on South Harrison Street. I've been a resident of Princeton for about 15 years. I'm a member of Food and Water Watch, Food and Water Action, and Empower New Jersey, which is a coalition of faith organizations, labor organizations, and environmental organizations. I spent about 5 hours of my day over at the State House today in the Assembly at an environmental committee meeting. And this was about many bills that they were reviewing, but I'm here about the New Jersey Climate Superfund bill. So last week, I believe it was Thursday, I sent you all some materials to read. I sent you the bill itself in its current form, a one-pager that kind of outlines its intentions, how it's going to be enacted, and then a template for a resolution for the council to write Princeton's own resolution in support of the bill. That is my goal, is to have Princeton join. There are 11 municipalities in New Jersey right now who have supported the bill. Today, the act it passed committee. It has passed the Senate. It was introduced in the Senate. So it is going into the legislature at large for discussion and vote eventually. In the materials, I think in my email, I said this is a bill that New York passed last year and Vermont. Yes, there's already lawsuits against it, some of them brought by other states. Go figure. And that is going to happen. But it's imperative that this bill in New Jersey gets passed this year so that there is regional momentum for this kind of legislation, so that even if there were not lawsuits around this bill, it would take 2 to 3 years for municipalities to see the funds from the Superfund. And the funds will not just help Princeton become more resilient to climate crisis, weather events, but will help all of New Jersey and our neighbors, therefore making us all more resilient in our infrastructure. Last thing, it escaped. Oh, also at the gubernatorial forum that was held a couple of weeks ago, all of the Democratic candidates who were present all endorsed this bill. So I am hoping that Princeton does also. I hope it goes on the agenda for next month. Thank you.
Thank you. David?
Yeah, I just want to maybe amplify for people who aren't familiar with the bill. The name of it being a Superfund bill may make you think of, toxic cleanup and stuff like that, because that's what we think of. But in fact, this is really a fund to help mitigate the damages from climate change. So we may not have a toxic site in Princeton, but we certainly have problems with rainwater and this really would impact us directly. So thank you for bringing it to us.
Thank you.
Thanks. Anyone else in the room with comments for something not on the agenda? All right, anybody on Zoom with a comment for something not on the agenda? All right, seeing no hands up, I'll close that part of the meeting. And I guess we're going to have, Deanna, are you going to give us some comments on the transit plan?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. A transit micromobility study and expansion of the municipal bus service was identified as a 2024 goal and priority of Mayor and Council. The goal of this study is to design a comprehensive community transportation program which pairs existing public transit options with complementary services not currently utilized in order to maximize access for all Princeton residents in the most equitable, efficient, and cost-effective manner. Instead of giving a presentation tonight, I'm offering the status of this study verbally. Princeton hired Nelson Nygaard and began work on the study in September of 2024. They have reviewed the services currently provided by Princeton as well as others, including Mercer County, New Jersey Transit, and Princeton University. They've also conducted community engagement via 4 open houses at various locations, targeted stakeholder interviews, and public surveys. Next up on their scope of work is to identify short-term and long-term strategies for consideration by council and the public. When we have strategies and cost models formulated, we will come back to mayor and council to present those. The timeline we anticipate for this return to council will be short, as we anticipate receiving 2 electric buses this summer as a part of the Regional Greenhouse Gas Initiative settlement with the state. So a very brief update, but just wanted to let you know where we are in the process and that we will be coming back, hopefully in the short term, to review short-term and long-term strategies.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Deanna.
Any questions or comments at this point? Okay, terrific. All right, next up is a public hearing on Ordinance 2025-03, an ordinance of the Municipality of Princeton authorizing the acquisition of 24.85, give or take, acres of vacant land located at 660 and 680 Cherry Valley Road, Block 102, Lots 10 and 11.01 on the Princeton tax map. Is there a motion on that? Thank you, Leticia. Mia's got the second. Council, questions or comments? Okay, that's great. Public questions or comments on this? Again, when you come up, name and address and watch the timer.
Thank you. Wendy Mager, 459 Cherry Hill Road. I'm the president of Friends of Princeton Open Space. We're very happy about the town acquiring the so-called Schechtel property. It's a very good choice of land for Princeton to meet its obligation to DEP for at least 2 reasons. First, these lots help make a great connection for human beings between the 153-acre parcel on Province Line, the recently preserved Princeton Academy of the Sacred Heart lot and easement, the entrance to Woodfield Reservation on Drake's Corner Road, and along Drake's Corner to the Great Road, which leads to the town center. Second, I'd like to point out that these lots are very important to wildlife, as shown on the Department of Environmental Protection's mapping for the CHANGE project, which stands for Connecting Habitat Across New Jersey. This project identifies the corridors that are necessary for wildlife to be able to travel for food, mates, and cover, and in response to climatic and population level changes. On the change maps, Lot 10 is all core area, which is a large undisturbed area that is critical to wildlife populations. And Lot 11.01 includes core area and Corridor 1 and Corridor 2 areas, which are the highest ranked connectors for animals to travel. So, for people, animals, and forests that provide environmental services like flood mitigation, these lots are an excellent choice for acquisition, and I support it. Thank you.
Good evening. Many of you know me, but I'm Mark Sullivan. I'm a partner with JZA&D Architects and Designers here in Princeton, New Jersey. I'm here tonight as a representative of Princeton Academy of the Sacred Heart. I am a member of the Board of Trustees, its Executive Committee, and Chair of the Buildings and Grounds Committee. The Academy, I'm also a parent too, I should say. The Academy has been in a very rather intense rebuilding process this past year, and we're thrilled to be working with Ridgeview Conservancy to grant them an easement along the west side of the property, to work with them on integrating some of the forestry aspects of their world into the Academy's curriculum, and to be able to hopefully access this space. We will be accessing this forest in the near future, using it as classroom space, but also welcoming other institutions, schools, the public, to come through the property via the easement we're granting on the western side and access this space. So unfortunately, the school is on spring break this week, so not many of the board or administration is around, but I wanted to come here and say we support this very much and we look forward to this being granted. Thank you.
Sorry, anyone else in the room?
Good evening. Mike Pissarro, Policy Director for the Watershed Institute. Hard to follow Wendy for the importance of this. I mean, this site is extremely wet with wetlands. This action the township of Princeton is taking will help preserve those wetlands, those sponges, to make sure that that area is better protected, can absorb additional stormwater, climate change, and make sure things aren't going to get worse. So greatly support this and really appreciate Princeton's leadership on this. Thank you.
Thank you. Please.
Good evening, Mayor Freda and Town Council members. My name is Alif Kam, and I'm a junior at Princeton High School. And I have to say, every time I'm at one of these meetings, I feel prouder to be a resident of Princeton. This Town Council has done so much to help our environment, including endorsing the Green Amendment last year, which, again, I was here for. And actually, today, my ask of you is similar to when I stood here just over a year ago, but this time much more local and I believe more significant to our town specifically. And I'm going to just add on to basically what the past few speakers have said. I am a leader of the Ridgeview Turtles, a group of high school students who go out into various forests around Princeton to build and maintain trails every Sunday morning. This 25 acres of land on Cherry Valley Road that we're discussing tonight is an essential portion of the emerald necklace of green space around our town that high school students like me have been working on connecting for over a decade in order to promote access to green space and equity. Sorry. Acquiring this property will make the 153-acre forest accessible to all of Princeton by linking it to Princeton Academy and therefore to the Great Road. Further, this parcel of forest that we're discussing is partially a wetland, one that provides a critical habitat for endangered species like the wood turtle, the red-shouldered hawk, and the barred owl. The New Jersey Conservation Foundation's Conservation Blueprint has characterized this land as a medium-high conservation value forest, signifying that the area has good water quality, rare species habitat, habitat connectivity, and climate change resilience. Connectivity is critical to all species, to wildlife and to humans, and our work connecting green areas helps the health of wildlife as well as our human community. For years, my group has built and maintained trails, removed invasives, and planted native plants in this area, not only helping the community, but the high schoolers who get a chance to do this work outside. I have firsthand experienced the mental health benefits of doing real, impactful work in nature, and I know that many of my peers have too in the amazing community that we've built for over a decade. Our motto as the Ridgeview Turtles is young people protecting old forests. Well, us young people are willing to put in the work, but tonight, we need your support. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Testing. All right. Hello, my name is James Jackson. I'm a recent college graduate who grew up right down the road in Hopewell. For the past few months, I've had the privilege of working with the Ridgeview Conservancy, both as a volunteer for the Turtles, and I'm also starting now as a part-time educator at Princeton Academy. These experiences have demonstrated to me how students of all ages thrive when presented the opportunity to connect with the environment and benefit academically, physically, and emotionally from this exposure. We've already heard some testimony to that. I'm also going to talk a little bit about, the high school students love the physical and educational nature of the volunteer work, as we just heard. These often overworked and stressed students make the time every Sunday to spend a couple hours taking out invasive species and improving trails for the community. I remember when I was in high school, I was not focused on much other than just getting through the classes, getting my SATs done and everything. These kids are going above and beyond. They're really connecting with nature that much that they're taking this valuable time that they have to be here. Like there's a few of them here tonight. There are people giving testimony. This is really amazing stuff. And then during my brief time so far at Princeton Academy, I just wanted to say the value that this exposure provides to the students has been instantly recognizable. In passing moments, I've always heard the students talking excitedly about the lessons for the day. They're all like, oh, who gets to go outside today? Oh, they're so lucky, whatever. This is not to mention the exuberance that each class has had during the introductory lessons themselves. The students have demonstrated an immense desire to learn more about the nature that surrounds them, literally sprinting from tree to tree, eager to observe these essential yet often neglected parts of our world. And the really amazing part about this to me is that we've had this remarkable response and we've barely even scratched the surface of the outdoor classroom in the area. If preserved, the 24 acres behind the school will become a revolutionary ground of education for Princeton generally, but these students in particular, who already ask constantly, when are we going to go into the woods? So, I mean, they're eager, it's there. And then once the sidewalk on the Great Road reaches to Cherry Valley, all of the Princeton community will have that access to these amazing areas and the benefits that we've heard come from it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm too short for this. Good evening, dear town council members. I'm Bengu. I'm a senior at PHS. And I'm speaking tonight as a student leader of Ridgeview Conservancy, like my friends Olif said, which is a group that led by Dr. Patricia Shanley and us, the leaders, many high schoolers actually, who spend their Sunday mornings out in the woods, rain or shine, even snow. And we do everything we can to protect this land. And it's not just simply something we care about, but it is something we dedicate our time and energy to, just like many others in this room, as well as those watching online. And one of the many reasons we're out doing this work is for our mental health. We do it because it gives us a chance to touch grass, to see the impact we're making